man at the top of the polls in the presidential race for president is in town tonight. In fact, Donald Trump just held a news conference with reporters before a planned rally at the Mid-America Center later this evening. Our Brandon Scott has just returned from that news conference. He is live at Eppley Airfield. Brandon.
John, that news conference was on board Donald Trump's giant airplane, a Boeing 757. It touched down here at Eppley Airfield about 30 minutes ago, and all of us reporters went on board to toss Donald Trump some questions. Take a look at this plane behind me. It is parked here at the airport, and you can see it says Trump on the side, and on the tail, a giant T. Trump had a lot to say on this airplane during this press conference. Here's a couple of sound bites. Take a listen.
I want to get along with everybody. As a businessman, I want to get along with everybody. As a politician, frankly, you know, in Washington, we have gridlock. And it would be really nice if Obama could get the Republicans, the Democrats together and get something done. It's total gridlock. They don't get along, they don't like each other, the whole thing is ridiculous. But as a businessman, especially as a really successful businessman, it was my obligation to really get along with people. As you know, and even if you look tonight, despite the bad weather, the place is packed. They just had it on television, they showed it's packed. And we get by far the biggest crowds. Now, the question is, will they show up for caucus? I think the answer is yes.
You heard Trump say that if he becomes president, he plans to continue getting along with everyone. And he also said that he needs his supporters to come out and caucus in Iowa. And there are plenty of supporters who have turned up to hear him speak tonight at the Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs. In fact, our Erin Murray is inside the Mid-America Center, and she just told me that she thinks there are more than 400 Trump supporters inside. We talked to some of the most diehard supporters earlier today, folks that showed up hours before the event started. Check it out.
Trump's the man. I'll say it again. Trump's the man.
He tells it like it is. He doesn't beat around the bush.
But all he's doing is just speaking the truth of what we all feel.
A handful of dedicated Trump supporters arrived 6 hours early and waited in 20-degree temperatures for his event at the Mid-America Center. Among them, Juliet Rienstra from Oregon. She's in Council Bluffs for business with her husband, and when she heard Trump was in town too, she didn't want to miss it.
I've been following Trump since he got in the race, and I've noticed that people who don't get here early don't get in. So we were definitely making sure we got in, especially since we just happened to luck into this.
For Rienstra, the candidate's political appeal stems from the fact that he's not a politician. And while his critics often call him brash and defensive, Rienstra isn't bothered by the Donald's lack of political correctness.
He's right. He's always right. So sometimes the truth hurts.
Let me ask you this. If the election were today, would you vote?
Absolutely.
For Donald Trump?
For Trump, yes. Even if I had to walk to Iowa.
All the way from Oregon.
All the way from Oregon.
Now, that is what Donald Trump wants to hear, because even though he is ahead in the national polls, in Iowa polls, several polls, he is maybe in second place after Ted Cruz. Other polls have him on top, but it depends on which poll you're looking at. Now, we should mention that all day today at the Mid-America Center and here at Eppley Airfield, reporters and supporters alike both had to deal with the Secret Service. Donald Trump now has Secret Service protection. He has that protection now for the rest of his time in the campaign, and if he becomes president, he'll of course keep that Secret Service protection as well. Hillary Clinton has Secret Service protection also because she's a former First Lady and the leading Democratic candidate, and Ben Carson also has Secret Service protection in this campaign. Reporting live at Eppley Airfield, I'm Brandon Scott, WWT 6 News. John, we'll send it back to you in the studio.